right, guys, here we go. This is Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with our PWCC Monday recap. We're going to look at the top 96 items. I've decided to put 15 up in card ladder so we can check to see if they've risen or fallen. Remember, all of these PWCC weekly auctions end on Sunday evenings. That's when extended bidding begins and the furious bidding goes. This auction ran concurrently, I believe, with a golden auction that also ended last night. I think that's correct. I was talking about it with my good friend Josh on a video that I'm about to produce and publish for you guys sometime today. So keep that in mind. PWCC Weekly Auction number 15 coincided almost exactly with the golden auction. It wasn't a huge golden auction, but nevertheless, another auction running concurrently. So let's not waste any more time. We'll get cranking. I'm going to pull you over. Remember, this is PWCC Weekly Auction number 15. As always, I've got it sorted for you. Weekly Auction number 15, closed items, basketball and wax basketball, sorted highest to lowest. So Murderer's Row, our first row, we've got a pretty cool mix. These were on the first row last night when I checked it out, just when extended bidding start, but the order flip-flop. So the first card we've got is our Giannis 2013 Prism Silver. Let's check it out. The card last night on PWCC sold for $27,600, as you can see on your screen. Where does that fall? Let's look at the last 1 month. We've had 3 sales, 30, 25,200 and 27,600 last night. So a little bit of a jump. It's down 8% starting from that sale, but it is a jump from the other sale, which was just about 10 days ago, something like that. So up 2,000 from the last sale 10 days ago. Next is Doncic. So the question is, we've seen Doncic cards, even the high-end ones like the one we're looking at. I'm going to consider 27,000 high-end. I know there's higher end and there's MTRPAs and crap like that, but I think this is a pretty high-end card. It's a quarter of $100,000. That's a BMW 3 Series with none of the frills. But 27,600 last night for this card. It's not in Card Ladder, but with the sales history feature that comes with Card Ladder 2.0 as a Card Ladder Pro member, we can look at this and we've finally got some good news. Finally, us Doncic collectors, and I consider myself one. I dabble in Doncic. I made a nice investment in his rookie stuff. It is good to see him bounce back the way he should. He's got his team in the second round tonight. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch him go up against the Suns. It's all going to hinge on Booker. Is Booker 100% or not? That's going to matter. But you can see this card sold for $27,600. That is a massive jump from the last sale, which was only about, what is that, a month and a half, 6 weeks ago, something like that. $8,000, more than an $8,000 increase from a sale 6 weeks ago is huge. And that sale was more than an $8,000 increase from the sale before that, just in December, just before Christmas. So really good looking stuff for that card right there. Got to be a good sale for the seller. They've got to be thrilled. It's only a pop 3 in a 10-10 condition. Maybe I looked that up wrong. Did I look that up wrong? Nope, there it is. There it is in a 10-10. Yeah, so, I guess we're comparing here the BGS 10 over the PSA 10. Sorry, I didn't pay attention to the BGS 10 quality of it, but that's an $8,000 premium for that BGS 10. I think I would still be super excited about selling my BGS 10 for a full $8,400 over a 6 weeks ago sale for a PSA 10. And then the other one, obviously down here, that was a BGS 9.5, albeit with a Mike Baker gold sticker. So my apologies. I need to pay better attention there. So still a great sale for that seller. Congrats to that seller and that consigner. Let's check this out because we've seen this trend recently. A Pete Maravich, not a rookie card, just a random card picturing him just before he starts his jazz set on Bourbon Street. It doesn't look like a basketball player. He does not look like the absolute cold-blooded offensive assassin that we know him to be. Talk about a sheep in wolf in sheep's clothing. Does not look like a basketball player right there. This card is a pop 5, right? So we continue that trend of extremely low pop, Hall of Fame, 70s paper cards. This one is razor sharp, as I mentioned last night on another video. It has a PWCC sticker. This one sells for $25,800, which is about $2,400 over the last sale from 3 months ago, which is significantly greater than about 1 year ago when it sold for $9,000. So this card is up over the last 2 years. This card is up 186%. So congrats to that seller of that card right there. That's a huge jump. The 2003 LeBron James finest refractor, I don't think I looked that up. I didn't. The next card we're going to look up, you got the refractor sale right here for LeBron in PSA 9 condition. That sells for a cool $19,200. Remember, all these prices we're looking at do include the 20% buyer's premium. They're factored into this, so that's already included. It's not 20 more percent on top of this. That's the final with the buyer's premium, so that's what the buyers are paying. We've got a John Morant orange. BGS 9.5 Gem Plus. That's a pop 14, sold for $16,800. We know Ja's hot. They did take an L in that first game, so we'll see. What's the short-term play with Ja? I know a lot of people with ultra-modern prospecting like to sort of use this as their daily gambling, right? And so they may be in and out of a card in 2 or 3 weeks. I don't really play that way in the market. I sort of hold my cards for, I consider 2 to 3 years short term, but I'm a little different. We got a Bam Jordan right here. If you're not familiar with the Jordan 90s market, Bam's is a serial number Jordan card from 1998. Really good looking card. Condition sensitive, so BGS 8 is not unusual. I've got it pulled up here. This card last night sold for $16,200. Go ahead and check out what the last card sold for on this eBay. It makes me wonder if maybe we're missing something here because maybe this didn't get paid. This was an eBay sold. It was only $6,600. Either you had an unsophisticated seller who had no idea what they were doing, which is possible because his picture is him holding the card in his hand, which is sort of a no-no, selling it for $6,600, but then you've got it selling here for $16,200, so almost $10,000 more. The sale before that was only about 4 months ago, $22,800. So 25-1. It's interesting where this card's been. It's a confusing card. I would throw this one out. Somebody either didn't pay that, or it's a scam, or it's something's wrong with that, or a seller really made a huge mistake on that sale right there. But $16,200 last night is what we have to work with. We've got a horizontal flawless Morant RPA right there, $15,000. The Steph Curry that we see all the time in SGC slabs, $14,400. That's it's SGC 9 with a 10 auto. Those cards are some of the few cards where I actually think it looks fantastic in an SGC slab, and I think it has to do with, kind of the, dual, it's only 2 colors, right? It's black and white. You do have the blue auto. It just kind of makes it pop. That card really does look good in an SGC slab, and you'll rarely hear me say that. I just don't particularly care for those slabs. The Doncic Purple Ice PSA 10. Let's see if this Doncic rebounded and exploded just like the gold Fast Break Prism we looked at a second ago. This one sells for $14,400. The last one sold for $15,600, $15,500, $15,600. So a little bit below average. I probably attribute that to Golden running concurrently. I just think, the attention's diverted. I wish these auction houses could get on the same page and sort of stagger that. Maybe one in Saturday, one in Sunday, but it is what it is. I mean, Golden knew that PWCC has an auction ending every single Sunday. I did hear that some cards took a horrible bath in that Golden auction. Of course, there would be some that set records, but a couple of the cards went for preposterously lower than expected. I think I saw a Tom Brady card that went for like $500,000 less than the last comp, which is absolutely frightening for those who play in those treacherous waters of 7-figure cards. So that Doncic, it's about right on the number, a little bit down. Really good looking card. Panini 1-in-1, the entire 10-count box, so I think that's 20 cards, sold for $14,400. The Jordan BGS 9 sells for $13,800, which is sort of right on the number. That's a really good looking 9 copy if you ask me. The centering is 9.5, so that's going to give it a little bit of a premium. That's right in the range that we've been seeing for the BGS 9s, probably a little bit stronger than normal. Another Steph Curry autograph, number to 225. This one's in color. Again, I'm not real familiar with these Steph Currys, but this one's different. That's card number 72. This one's card number 64. Somebody who knows more about Steph Curry collecting can kind of comment on that. Here's one that's near and dear to my heart. I'm about to sell my copy, so I was always curious to see where this Alvin Adams lands. For those of you who don't know much about this 1986 Fleer set in PSA 10, this is one of the 5 most difficult cards to get in a PSA 10 condition. It's up there with the Johnny Moores and the Jeff Malones. It's really not far behind those cards. I don't have the pop pulled up, but I know it's less than 100 if I recall. Let's see what this card did. If we look at it, it sold for $13,200. The card sold in a PWCC Weekly a couple months ago for $18,600, and I think that was probably one of the highest sales ever. Before that, it was $10,998, and if you look back just shoot, in 2021, this card was $25.20. I think when I purchased the card, I might have paid maybe $1,200 or something like that for mine way back when in 2020 or before. So it's 13,200 is pretty impressive run for a guy that most people have never heard of. But believe it or not, Alvin Adams is actually a pretty good basketball player. I know he doesn't look like it, but he was actually a pretty good basketball player. We got a LeBron Black BGS 7.5. Those are numbered to 500, 13.2. James Harden, horizontal RPA, which is what the RPAs were from National Treasure. So that's his true RPA, numbered to 99. That's BGS 9.5. I know we've looked that card up. Let's check it out. Interesting, not surprising. I think people are very leery of Harden right now. I think people are short-sighted. I know people bitched about Harden when he was getting all the foul calls in Houston and the way he played and the way he changed the game, leading the league in free throws by a large disparity. That people didn't like his brand of basketball, the ISO, ticky-tack, baiting the referees into foul calls on unnatural basketball motions, whatever. But if, can we fast forward maybe 7 years from now when James Harden is over and done with and not playing basketball anymore and look back, he will be considered one of the most prolific scorers of the basketball in the history of this league. Like him, don't like him, care about his attitude, his fat suit that he wears and all the team jumping and all that stuff, whatever. The tendency is when people get late in their career or after they actually retire, we start to have a little bit more profound appreciation for that player. And we remember them more fondly than they were remembered when they were in the limelight and on the stage. So this Harden card sold last night for $13.2. If you go back just, 5 months ago, the card sold for $28,600. That's less than half. If we can let's throw that out. Let's go to 6 months and look at this. Let's go to 3 months. Look at that drop. That's down 50% like we saw from $26.4 to $13.2. Half price, basically. You just walked up and bought a James Harden in a half price bargain bin. I say congrats to the buyer on that card, and I say shame on the seller. Hold on to that, man. You need to hold on to that card, and let's look at that price about 6 or 7 years from now. I don't think it's anywhere near 13,200. I think that's a much bigger card 5 years from now than it is right now. This is the Ja Morant second year gold PSA 10. Sells for the same price as James Harden's true RPA. Doesn't seem right, man. It also sells for the same price as a 14 to 99, number to 14.99 Kevin Durant Chrome Refractor. Let's look that one up and see what that Chrome Refractor's done. That's sort of a flagship card. Kevin Durant's taking a bath, and I don't blame him. He disappeared in the playoffs. It's the first time I've seen Kevin Durant do that. I've never seen him just kind of shrink in the moment and disappear. We know we didn't see that, even though the Bucks bounced him last year with the toe on the line situation. He was an absolute monster animal, arguably best player in the world. Right now, in a 1 or 2 week period, the narrative of who the best player in the world has flipped very quickly. It was Jokic, and then it was Durant and Jokic, whatever. Giannis was just toiling in mediocrity. Nobody was talking about him. And now Giannis is the media darling, and so all Stephen A. Smith and those guys are going to talk about him for the next week. But this Durant card sells last night twice. One sells for $12,600, one sells for $12,000. If we look at the chart, that card's down 45%. So another, that's just in 3 months. It's another bargain bin, guys. It's another nice pickup. In 7 years, are we going to look back and consider Kevin Durant a top 10 player of all time? He's got work to do if he wants to break the top 10, in my opinion, and bounce ahead of the Kobe's and the Tim Duncans and the Olajuwons and the Shaqs. He's got work to do. He's not there yet. As far as scoring the basketball, he's probably a top 5, 6, 7. You could argue much higher. He scores it as easily as anybody in the history of the game, although he couldn't score for nothing against the Celtics, which the Bucks had no problem with in round 1. So I'll let you guys figure that one out. A LeBron rookie auto from Upper Deck Legends sold for $11,100. This Steph Curry that we keep seeing from Classics, rookie autograph sold for $11,100. And then this Jordan 84 star card. So this is not his rookie, but it is a first year star Jordan card. This is his 84 gold medalist. The 101 is his rookie card. I just did an Explore the Card episode on the Jordan Star one-on-one and the history of the 1984 Star brand basketball company. It was a really educational video for me. Hopefully you guys can check that out. It's the very last episode of Explore the Card. It came out last Friday. Do me a favor and go check it out. I didn't know enough about that card, but I learned a whole lot. But look at what this card's done. It looks like, oh my God, it's 1/3. But no, this is an autograph, so everybody relax. This was an autograph card of the same card, kind of a DNA deal where they sign in person. So throw this comp out the window. That's not a good comp. Our card last night, the other 1984 Star Jordan, there's 3 of them if I recall, normal size cards, the 101, this one, and then one more. This one sells for $10,500. The last one sold just a couple of weeks ago, well, about 2 months ago, for $6,600. That's a big jump, y'all. From $6,600 to $10,500. That is a humongous jump percentage-wise. This card's not in Card Ladder, but man, that's about a 67% increase in price. So congrats to those star collectors. You guys are very passionate. Trust me, I know from the comments all the hate that I'm getting because I'm not a star zealot, but I do appreciate the brand a little bit more after doing that video. But congrats to the seller on this one. That's a huge sale. I don't know if that's a record sale, but it is a very big sale. If we scroll back, here's 7,700, 4,400. You know, that's a big sale for an 8.5 card. We're not talking about a 9 or a 9.5 there. That's a big sale. We've got a Jordan record breaker, Auto DNA 9 at a 250. I'm not real familiar with that card. Some of the more savvy Jordan collectors. Again, I'm a Jordan collector. I pride myself on being pretty familiar with inserts and parallels. I do not dip my toes in the autograph waters. It's just too much to take on. So I don't know much about that. You can comment below if you've got feelings one way or another towards that sale for $10,500. Next, we've got our 2005 incredible inscriptions. LeBron, pretty cool. He's got a little inscription down there below it. That card's numbered to 50, 9900. The X Fractor of the LeBron Garden Kobe, right? This card and the Chalk Toss are kind of the two, non-rookie, kind of in the middle of the Topps Chrome or towards the, tail end of the Topps Chrome era cards that seem to mean something, right? This card and the Chalk Toss, we're throwing out rookie cards. Obviously, those certainly mean something. But as far as non-rookie cards, these are big. 2008 Topps Chrome's a hobby favorite. People kind of like that vintage look up there. This is the Chrome X Fractor number to 288. Sells for right at 10 grand last night. Tiger Stripe Ja Morant for those ultra modern investors who are trying to collect animals and basketball cards at the same time. Sells for $9,600. Right next to a first-year exquisite collection dual patch Jordan 2-color patch card number to 25. Sells for $9,300. I'm sorry, but if you ask me, I would leave the animals in the cage and I would go buy this card for $300 less. And I would buy this card over here with Larry Legend on it from the highly renowned limited logos insert from that 2003 exquisite collection as well. First year exquisite over Ja Morant animal skin stuff all day long. That's just me and my old man rant, my old school old fashioned rant. Flawless Doncic Ruby Rookie 9000. Another Alcindor, so another 1970s card. This one's only in PSA 9 condition. A 10 would have fetched an insane number. Kareem looks absolutely helpless. It's hard to believe he was absolutely destroying everything in his path at that point. Destroyed everything in his path at Power Memorial High School. Destroyed everyone in his path at UCLA. And certainly he shredded the 1970s, which in all fairness, was probably the decade of the NBA that was the most devoid of talented big men. If you think of the 70s, Wilt was kind of trailing out. He played a couple years towards the beginning, and then he has his Conquistador card. But Kareem was kind of alone. It was towards the tail end of the 70s that Moses showed up and sort of really became relevant, and Bill Walton as well, although his career was short-lived. So Kareem just destroyed everything in his path in the 70s. There was really no one that could stop him. He obviously won a title for my beloved Milwaukee Bucks along with the Big O. We got a Dr. J 8.5 right next to it. That Kareem sold for $8,700, by the way. We got a good-looking Dr. J, one of the most iconic cards in the history of the hobby right next to it. 8.5. Did I look that up? I believe I did. Here we go. So 8,700 with that sticker is about right on the number. 8,100, 10,000. So maybe a little bit. It's down significantly, almost 50% over the last 6 months. I think people are just really hyper-focusing on the significantly lower pop stuff. If we go look at the 9, it doesn't really sell that much. It's only a pop Pop 160. I don't even know if they have a 10, but those are your options. So the 8.5 is the next best thing after the PSA 9. If we go back, that card did sell for $8,700, so right on the number from the last sale, but significantly down over the last 6 months. Kobe Noise Boys, one of the biggest and baddest inserts from the 90s. We talk about it all the time. The Jordan in this card with his black uniform is just, man, it really checks a lot of boxes for us Jordan insert collectors, and I'm happy to have it in a BGS 9 copy. But this Kobe PSA 10 sold for $8,700. If we look at the chart, that's actually down 40% over the last 6 months. Again, we're seeing some cards that are selling for, I think, just way too low. This card checks all the boxes. It's a high-end card. I consider it high-end. There's a Pop 19. None have been added in the last year. Just a really tough card. PSA has got this, pop control thing, and they're locking up, 90s inserts that are super relevant. As far as the PSA 10s go, they're just not handing them out very often anymore. Whatever the gem rate looks like on the pop report, you can divide it by 1,000,000 because you're not going to get a 10. If you submit a raw card like this, you're just not. It's literally like finding a needle in a haystack. But 10,200 was the last sale. So this card's even 1,500 below the last sale, but it's about a half price when you go back and look at what it sold for just 4 months ago. So disturbing there for the Kobe market. The Kobe market's really taking a bath. And LeBron is too. The LeBron market's getting crushed as well. So let's look at his 03 finest. Let's pull it up here. There it is. So this is his base card, not his refractor. But remember, even the base 2003 finest is numbered to $9.99. Remember, he has a 2002 finest pre-rookie card in his gigantic white MC Hammer suit. So this is still considered, I believe, his rookie card. I consider it still his rookie card. But all that stuff's confusing. It sounds like baseball and soccer where we don't know what his true rookie card is in finest. But this card is down 60%. So this is what I want to show you. We're going to look at two LeBron cards in a row. I've got your 2003 finest base PSA 10 on the screen. We're about to look at his PSA 10 Topps Chrome on the screen as well. This card's nosediving. This card's a Pop 40, people. Pop 40 in PSA 10. There's only 999 in the world. It is a Pop 40. It is not easy to gem. The card sold for $8,700 just 6 months ago. No, what is this? 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago, about 10 months ago, the card sold for $22,000. This is significantly less than half. It's down 60% over the last year. Everybody's panicking. Nobody wants to touch it. LeBron, it's the end of the world. The hobby's tanking. But I want to do one thing, and this is what I keep preaching. Scroll back to 2 years, and guess what you're going to see? The card's up 36%. I realize there's a mountainous gap here, right? There's a lot of stuff that happens in between, but that's not going to happen next year. We're not going to see another deal like this. We may never see another explosion like this. Maybe we will with the Fanatics entrance to the market and a bunch of new hobbyists coming in. I just don't think we'll ever see anything like we experienced, in the 2020 and 2021 era. It's just bananas. But if we look at 2 years, this is exactly 2 years ago. This is a $6,000 card, $6,400. Now it's $8,700. That's good growth. 36% on, a flagship base rookie card is pretty damn good. I think people are overlooking the fact this is only a Pop 40 card. And one day, people are going to collect LeBron low pop stuff similar to the way they collect low pop Jordan stuff today. That's just my opinion. Let's look at the same thing with this Topps Chrome. Sorry, we had a blue shimmer LaMelo sell right there for $8,700. Let's look at the same thing for this PSA 10 LeBron Topps Chrome. It's a card we see a million times. It sells a bazillion times. This is the modern day version of the 86 Fleer, Jordan. It's not a low pop card in PSA 10 condition. It just sold for $8,400. That is a 2,182 pop card. So very different than our finest as far as population goes. Topps Chrome's always going to have more demand than finest. Forgive me. I'm not necessarily saying I like the card more, but there is no question it does have more demand. And it sold for about the same thing as a Pop 40 finest rookie card. So there's something to be said about the overwhelming demand for Topps Chrome. I mean, the hobby just thinks very favorably of it. This card has sold 272 times in the past year. And look, it's almost the exact same percentage reduction as the 2003 finest. But let's do the same thing we just did. Let's scroll back to 2 years and boom. Same exact results, right? More data points, but the exact same situation. the middle finger, the Mount Everest, whatever you want to call this gigantic spike is right here in the middle in first quarter of 2021. If we can just go from beginning data point to ending data point, the card's up 30%. So everybody needs to chill out and take a pill and take a deep breath. The hobby is not crashing. We are just resetting, and we may not be done yet. Let's go back and see what that PSA 10 has done over the last, let's say, month, because we're going to have plenty of sales. 20 sales, it's down 7.78%. So that percentage decrease is flattening. I bet if I go out to 3 months, it's going to be a bigger decrease. Yes, 19. If I go to 6 months, it's going to be worse, 46. And so you see that the curve is flattening. So it's getting flatter as we get, shorter and shorter looking back. Flatter, about the same. So 8,700 is what the PSA 10 sold for. Some of us are literally crying into our hands right now. I bought a bunch of those I'm not even going to tell you. I'm so ashamed of it. Just know that it is going to be a very long time until I liquidate those cards, and I may never get back to what I bought mine at. It wasn't the peak, so it could have been worse, but it was really ugly what I paid for my PSA 10s. And I've got 3 of them. One of them I have just because I pulled it from a pack in 2003. And then the other 2 I bought from a really good collector who I really like in the hobby. His name is Larry. And congrats, Larry. You did very well on those sales. You can go back and buy like 7 of them for what I bought those 2 for. We got our horizontal RPA, Kawhi Leonard. That is his true RPA from the year 2012. 2012 is kind of a year where you got your NT RPA and then you got your Prism, right? And so you pick which one you like, the silver Prism or the gold Prism or whatever, the RPA. Those are kind of the high-end cards from that year. So this Kawhi, that seems low to me, considering what Jason Tatum sells for the 4,000 range or so, 40,000 range. John Morant selling for 6 figures plus, and then Kawhi Leonard, who's historically great, probably a top 25, 30 player of all time, right? I mean, I don't know, I haven't done a deep dive on that. Selling for $8,400. That just seems really cheap to me. Scrolling down, we've got our Mojo Trae Young. He got bounced, so probably not great timing there. I didn't look that card up. John Morant Blue Prism. John Morant's hot as a firecracker. He just, they should have won that first game with Draymond out. That was a huge opportunity. They lost it on their home court without Draymond. Again, I don't think the Warriors are a real threat to win the title because I don't think they have any inside presence at all. Or any offense or defense. I think that's going to be a problem at some point when they play a very physical team like the Bucks or the Heat or the Sixers or really whoever's left in the East. It's not the Sixers. I don't know how they'll get by without Embiid, but any team with a strong physical inside presence and rim protection is, I think, going to be a problem because they're going to rebound the hell out of the ball and offensive rebound the ball, and I think that's going to be a problem for the Warriors, especially the Bucks, because they can protect the rim and they've got the length to guard the perimeter, and that's what makes them special, as we saw against the Celtics last night. But let's look at this John Morant, 8,400 last sale. That is a monster drop from the 12.9. This card was on a huge run, right? It's a color match, and we know that's a big deal in the hobby. It's numbered to 199, but in PSA 10, it's a pop 60. So 5,200, 9,200, 9,500, all the way up to 12,930, and then back down here to 8,400. This card, yeah, that was about 3 months ago, right at 3 months ago, 90 days ago. This is a $12,900 card. I like the buyer right here. Again, color match matters. I like the buyer picking this card up for 8,400. That's a big drop. I wonder what the next card is going to sell for. So that's an interesting card right there. Kobe Intimidation Nation. I put this card, everything I said about the Noise Boys applies perfectly to this card. Similar type pack odds, similar type pop in PSA 10, the same exact player, 8,100 price point. That's a really cool card right there. I was kind of trying to collect that set, and then I've just changed my mind and kind of tried to resist that temptation to be a set collector and really focus more on Jordan and LeBron. Another LeBron goes for 8,100. We just looked at one. I think that was 8,700. This was not centered quite as well, apparently. I don't know. It looks pretty good centering to me. But this one sells for 8,100. Luka Color Match Auto, 8,100. Another Luka Immaculate RPA, 8,100. This is the Luka that I like. It's not in his NBA uniform, but it is from Exquisite. Really cool looking card. Sort of a black and white motif, and then the blue really pops. His mom She just really signs well. I don't know what else can be said. She takes great care in the way that she signs his cards, and this is no exception right here. We got another Jordan 84 star card. This is number 288. 8.5s with a 9.5 surface, so premium subs there. Centering is almost always going to be the primary concern in the short edges or whatever, short trim, shortcut, shortcut. 7,800 for that BGS 8.5. Just like we saw our LeBron Garden Kobe X Fractor number to 288 from 2008 Chrome. Now we see the other one that I discussed, which was a card that's probably going to endure and be relevant for a very long time. This is the 2008 LeBron X Fractor number to 288 in PSA 10 condition. That sells for 7,800. I didn't look it up, but I'm assuming that's probably down or right at the number from the last one. I'll let you guys do that research. The Steph Curry Prism Silver 2012. I didn't look this card up, and I'm trying to remember why I didn't look it up. Let's look it up. I want to look this card up because I like 2012 Prism, so let's go back here real quick. I'm going to plug this in. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second here. It's not going to take long. Card ladder is fast as heck. There you go. So there's your Steph Curry, 7,800 last night. That's up a little bit from 7,600, but it's significantly down from this plateau up here. This is an interesting graph. So it's almost right on the number from 1 year ago. If we look at this card over the last 2 years, I bet it's way up. Yeah, I knew this card was going to be way up. A lot of weird stuff going on in between with this one right here. Somebody hit that home run with that one. 7,800 last night. Just 2 years ago, it was $29.95. As we know, 2012 Prism became a lot more popular. It is a first-year product. It is basically the ushering in of the Panini era, and the silvers especially are super low pop. This is a pop 30. Ironically, 7 have been added to the pop report. That is a huge number for 2012 Prism silvers. But silver was very, very rare, unlike it is today. My understanding, I've heard some stuff out there. I really need to do a video on this, but I have been told that basically the print run of silver has doubled every single year, period. End of story. So 2013 is twice as many as 2012. 2014 is twice as many as 2013, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the way until where we are today. Fanatics, please, the hobby is praying that you get control of this pop insanity and this print run problem and stop chasing the dollar. That Steph Curry 2012 Panini Prism sold for $7,800, which is a drop from that plateau, but about on par with the last sale. The purple Tatum. Is anybody hotter than Tatum? He was, well, I say that. He got his butt shut down last night by my Bucks. He was clearly outclassed by Giannis. His sidekick, Jaylen Brown, who I'm very high on, had an even worse game than Tatum, in my opinion, with 7 turnovers. But both of these guys were exposed. The ISO ball is not going to work against a team like Milwaukee. Ime Udoka is really on stage here. He's going to have to figure out how to get these guys in position. And look, listen, Celtics lovers and Tatum pumpers and even myself as a Jaylen Brown guy, we're going to, have the counter argument of, well, they just missed open shots. Fine. I watched the first half, and then I had to go to church for my son's first communion. In the first half, Tatum was not getting a lot of open looks. He got a couple, and he knocked those down. But he was not getting a lot of open looks. And when he drove the ball to the basket, this ain't the Brooklyn Nets. So Celtics fans, you better buckle up. This ain't the Brooklyn Nets. That's the softest team in the NBA, one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. They're baby soft, and this is the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're defending champions. You better buckle up and figure it out because it ain't looking good right now. But Tatum is hot as a firecracker leading into this. Everybody's got their best player in the world BS argument. It's silly. He's not in the top 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 in my opinion. Not yet. He's just been on a heater, man. I mean, can guys go on a hot streak without us bringing up something like best player in the world? I mean, people did the same thing with John Morant. Can we just relax with that? I mean, Tatum's not in the Luka Doncic conversation. He's not Jokic. He's not Giannis. He's not even LeBron at age 38 or however old he is. He's not Embiid. He's just not that dude yet. Will he be that guy? Whatever. I don't think so, but you might, and that's fine. He's still very young, but he is in his 5th or 6th year or whatever the case may be. So, again, maybe he gets there one day. The dude ain't there yet. So Giannis on a horrible day, a horrible efficiency, terrible shooting, lots of turnovers, was still a smooth, easy triple-double on the Celtics' home floor against the greatest defense since the Pistons, which is absolutely hilarious. So anyway, Bucks didn't seem to have a problem with them. Let's look up this Tatum card. Nevertheless, the Tatum card last sold for $1,715. What is that about? Ooh. Actually, last sold for $48.75. Well, it sold for 17. What is that? March, April, May. So a month and a half. Really, it's barely over a month ago. It was $17.15 in this same grade, BGS 9.5. Then it jumped massively because he's been on a heater to $48.75, and then this one's not in the sales history yet. Last night it sells for $7,800. You know what? I'm doing it again. I'm comparing 9.5s to BGS 10s. Again, I apologize. Y'all got to hold me to this. I got to pay better attention. The BGS 10 last night sold for $7,800. Anyway, good sale there for the seller. That makes it a pop 4. That's drastically different than the BGS 9.5. So my apologies. Once again, I am comparing BGS 10s to BGS 9.5s because I don't put any time or research whatsoever into these videos. I just start scrolling and screaming. Zion, that's a cool looking card. Zion impeccable autograph 7,800. That's a 1/1 for 7,800 for the great Zion Williamson, who needs to get on the basketball court. Another immaculate RPA, Doncic. Again, his mom didn't do quite as good a job on that autograph, but still, 7,200 is a good sale. LeBron 2007 finest gold refractor, 6,900. That's only a pop 11 card. Jordan I think this is called Sweet Shot Signature Shots, where he's autographed on that basketball texture and still did a great job. 9.9 on that one, 6,600. The orange refractor, I own this card. I'm very happy about it. Numbered to 499. The orange chalk toss here sells for 6,000. A pretty cool status autograph. Doncic in gem mint condition. Only a pop 3 sells for 6,000. Walt Bellamy, pretty high grade. I don't know how that got an 8. That looks better than an 8, and that's why PWCC agreed with me. That is a 5% sticker, which is super rare. You can look at 5,000 cards and see only a handful of PWCCS 5% stickers. Those are not given out freely. And as I said in the preview, man, Walt Bellamy looks a lot like the great Len Bias. Rest in peace. Trae Young, impeccable jersey auto hollow gold. This is a card that's numbered to 10. It's an autograph. I really like these RPAs. I think they really pop. It's kind of a poor man. Impeccable is kind of a poor man's National Treasure, and Flawless and Impeccable. Flawless and National Treasures from that year. I really like the look of it. It's a PSA 9. It's tough to grade them because they're thicker cards, and centering was actually an issue with those Impeccable cards because I had a couple of them. That's a pop 1 card, 5640. Kobe Autograph Ultimate Collection, a Jordan patch card numbered to 15. We got this is if you're gonna buy Damian Lillard, now's the time. Off the radar, not being talked about, not in the playoffs, missed the second half of the year with an abdominal strain. Thank you, Damian, as an Anthony Simons super collector, for doing that. One of the most unique autographs in the hobby right here. This is a 5280 card. It is a pop 1. It is numbered to 10. It is a 4 fabric patch, 3 color patch. It's a 10-10. Look, that is too cheap. Again, we talk about it all the time. When Damian Lillard is over and done with, we're going to look back on it, and he is going to be highly revered and highly collectible. I just watched him give an interview on Colin Cowherd. He is an absolute sharp young dude. He is a class act. He loves the game of basketball. He's dedicated to his craft, and yet goes and does what Shaq did and raps and I really think very highly of Damian Lillard and his character and the way he's conducted his career. I just wanted to say that, and that's not me hyping him because I used to own a National Treasures RPA. I don't anymore, but this is his flawless RPA 1010. That's a beautiful card. I think it is a sticker card, but still a big-time card right there at a very low price. Here's a 1985 Jordan team card. This is number 117. Sells for $51.60. This is a Kobe Gold Chrome Refractor. These cards are numbered to 50. This is a PSA 8. Sells for $51.60. We've got RJ Barrett right next to him. This is a 1/1. It's numbered to 5. It's a Nike patch auto. Pretty cool that he just initials and decided not to sign his last name fully. His first name is his initials, 5160 there. Here's the same Sweet Shot autograph on the basketball texture, LeBron. You could have bought the LeBron and the Jordan in the same auction. LeBron autograph, BGS 10, low pop card there. Doncic Contenders paper, I believe. Shaq, first ever refractor, PSA 10 condition. Doesn't look like much greening. Good looking card there. Nice centering. Pop 6 sells for $4,920. I hate seeing these Shaq cards go that I need, but like I said, I'm sitting on the sidelines trying to build funds right now. Kobe rookie from that press pass product. It is autographed with his Lower Merion jersey. Durant RPA, authentic PSA 10 autograph. Mojo Prism Tatum, numbered to 5, 4920. That seems low to me. Honestly, I think I'd rather this PSA 10 than that purple BGS 10. That's just me. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you rather this PSA 10 Mojo number to 25 autograph rookie card or the purple BGS 10 that we looked at? They're both crazy low pop. I think one was 4, this one's 5. Let me know what you think in the comments. Luka Doncic Noir right here, autograph number to 99. I like the Noir product. I think it's a really well done product. Blue Ice Trae Young, that's a color match for Doncic, not so much for Trae Young and his black, orange, his black, red, and yellow. 4680 on that card. We got a Bird Magic BGS 8.5, no print defect down there. Pretty good looking card, 4320. The Jordan 88 Fleer sticker, right? He's got the 86 sticker that everybody knows, the XRC. And then he's got the 87, which is tough. This one got a 10, but it is off center. Really surprised. That's kind of a, I don't know, 10 was pretty lenient on that. It's probably a PSA 6 today, knowing the way PSA is going. Sorry, I don't mean to disparage this PSA 10 copy of a really big card, but we know what PSA is doing to cards that look like this today. A little issue over here on the right edge that I can see even without zooming in, and it's just not well centered. I know there is some degree of variance allowed, but PSA has basically changed it to 50-50 or you're not getting a PSA 10. If you don't believe me, just go submit thousands of cards and you'll see. 2018 Prism Basketball Hobby Box, $4,320. That is 12 packs for $4,320. I cannot imagine that is a very good bang for your buck if you're going to open that. The odds of you getting your money back are not good. I like this card right here. I don't collect Kobe, but I like this card. It's a BGS 9.5 Gem Plus Mike Baker Gold Sticker 2012 Prism, the set that I love. I talk about it all the time. The autographs are crazy low pop. They didn't put the pop on here, but I bet it's a pop 1, maybe a 2 or something like that. Just a really cool card. 9.5, 10 autograph, sells for $4,200. A Black Velocity Morant. Not all black cards are 1 of 1. This is a Black Velocity number to 39. That's a cool looking Morant card in his alternative Grizzlies uniform with that red background. That's sort of a cool texture right there. That's a 10. That sells for $4,080. How about this? This is about as big as it gets for Bosch, right? You got his exquisite RPA, of course, but this is his 03 Topps Chrome gold refractor, numbered to 50. 3960. That's a pop 3. Wow, that is a really big Bosch card right there. 3960 for that one. A Kobe Kaboom, 3960, same price. Kobe Kaboom, 3960, same price. The Jaren Jackson True RPA, number to 99. I like his signature. It's really cool. BGS 9. Sells for $39.60. That seems a bit extreme. I don't see him becoming a superstar. Again, I know he had a monster game yesterday. His shot's disgusting. He just brings it from his nipples. I just can't stand when a big guy shoots it like just from his chest. It just looks terrible. Good defender, developing as a player. He needed to bounce back and have a big year this year because I'm just not super impressed with him. People were talking about him for Defensive Player of the Year, whatever. Again, I like him. I think he's going to be a good player. I don't see superstar written on this guy. If you're asking me if he's going to have the same career as Chris Bosh right here, I think the answer is, are you on crack cocaine? There is no chance in hell he's ever Chris Bosh. Go do some research and go look at Chris Bosh's numbers. So I don't like that card right there at that price. I just, that's just not my guy. I know the ultra modern era is different, so maybe somebody's just trying to see if the Grizzlies can win and sell it 6 weeks from now. Jordan Chrome, really surprised they put this in an SGC slab. Might not have been a bad play to buy this card and try to cross it over to PSA. Some people collect Jordan and SGC slabs. I'm not saying nobody does, but I think a lot of people share my opinion that, 90s Jordan cards should be in one of 3 conditions: PSA slabs, BGS slabs, or just plain raw. Those are usually, in order, I would assume those are the top 3 most highly sought after. Any of those 3 conditions. SGC would be a 4th probably. We got a Giannis rookie BGS 9.5 Timeless Treasures autograph. Really cool looking card with that translucent window with the green napkin patch. Colossal patch autograph from National Treasures. So not his true RPA, not truly his rookie card, but just still it's a cool rookie year patch auto of Tatum. That's only numbered to 25, 3840. John Morant Mosaic Black Gold. That one's a low pop. That's a low serial number. Numbered to 8, pop 2. Kobe on card autograph, pretty cool looking card there, a 9/8. That's a big ass Sharpie he used right there. That's a really cool rookie card and a cool action pose for Kobe. Blue Shimmer autograph, Morant 3720. Logo Man Kevin Durant, 1 of 1, 3720. Some Kevin Durant collector is probably really happy to pick up a BGS 9 graded Logo Man National Treasures for Kevin Durant for that price. That's a pretty cool card. I'll be honest with you, of all 3 cards on this row, I'm taking this card all day long, and I am not a Kevin Durant collector. Here's a Kobe 2012 Prism BGS 9.5 for $3,600. If I recall, that is less than half, or maybe right at half, less than half of the Steph Curry PSA 10 Prism. And this is a Gem Plus. If you're asking me to choose between Curry and Kobe in the particular grades, and you're going to give me 2 of these, give me 2 of these over the 1 Steph Curry. A Kobe auto, a Kobe auto. Here's the Tatum flagship card, his Silver Prism BGS 10. That's going to reduce the pop. It's 3480 right here. Green Jolly Rancher, 1010, Morant, LaMelo Choice, Black Gold. Pretty ugly card in my opinion right there. I don't know, maybe some people will disagree. And that's it, guys. That does it. That's the end of it. Those are the 96 cards. Hopefully you guys enjoy these Monday recap videos. I'm trying to get a little bit quicker, and here I am 46 minutes later. Sorry, when I see something, it makes me think of something going on in the NBA today, and I just start rambling. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay tuned. I'm starting to do something every Sunday night with my really good friend in the hobby, Josh Adams. He's somebody that I hooked up with on Instagram. As it turns out, we hit it off immediately. We've started to figure out that we have a lot in common, and then we have some differences in what we collect, who we collect, the era we collect, but we're kind of sponging off each other. I'm educating him on a little bit more of the post-2000 stuff, and he's educating me on the vintage stuff, and even a little bit of education on other sports, even though my channel's primarily dedicated to basketball. He's a big-time baseball and football collector as well. So his name's Josh Adams. I'm going to release that video today. For the first time, I've got StreamYard now, so I can actually bring people onto my show and just kind of solicit information from them. I figured 2 brains is better than my 1 Cajun brain, so stay tuned for that. Hit the bell icon for notifications if you want to see the first episode. We call it the Pop Report. So if you want to see the first episode of the Pop Report, hit the bell icon. You'll get that today. I'm about to post it on YouTube, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. We're going to try to make it an every Sunday evening thing, and so you'll be getting 2 videos on Mondays. You'll be getting my Pop Report episodes with myself and Josh Adams, and then he's Midwest Vintage Cards on Instagram, and then you'll also be getting these PWCC recaps, of course, where we talk about the weekly auction that just closed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hit one of these videos on the end screen and keep watching. It really helps my channel, helps me with the YouTube algorithm, whatever that means. Anyway, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.